Good evening, everyone. Here we are, the Londonderry view at Sunnycrest Apple Orchard right here in Londonderry, and we are just so excited to all be together. We were trying to put this together for last year, and it just didn't quite come together, so we have to thank Dan and Sam for bringing us here today. So welcome, and
thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, this is very exciting.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. And in the perfect evening, 2 days into fall officially. So, and I wish you could see the pumpkins and the corn stalks and the wonderful wildflowers and everything that we can see, and of course the mums too.
And the apple cider.
And the apple cider. And you'll probably notice our Kirby isn't with us tonight, but she really is just such a fan of your apple cider donuts, you know, and the bread. So we have a lot to talk about. So again, thank you, and tell us a little bit about the history. Danny, if you want to start, like the history of your family's farm in 1943,
yes.
Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. It's quite the family history we got here at the farm. It started in 1943. It was actually my grandmother's father. He was also a Pinkerton agriculture teacher. And on the side, he started this farm back in 1943. So he was a very, very busy man.
I would say so. Back at Pinkerton too.
Yeah.
Where I graduated from. It's like, it's like, I know it's hard. It's a long time ago. But, let's not talk about that, Sam. I'm only kidding. But I'm pretty excited. And you were saying how many generations?
I'm a fourth generation farmer because I'm Danny the fourth. So every other Danny was a farmer.
Oh, God.
That's good.
Yeah.
So you just kept it all.
I did do some different things. I did leave the farm, and I did try different things, but every single time I left, I just missed this farm. And I have come back because I do love what I do.
Well, it shows.
It definitely does.
Yeah.
So what is your typical day like?
Around apple season, when I do come in, I get the crew together and I tell them what kind of different varieties of apples we need to get together. We will get the bins ready. I'll do maintenance on some of the tractors that need to be done. And I'll probably bring out the empties, and then we will all pick together, and I'll bring them back, throw them into cold rooms, call different, we sell a lot of apples locally, so I do need to call all sorts of places to see what kind of apples they want. Shaw's, we got Heath, we got Sully's, we got, and locally we got Abel Ebenezer, we got Northside Grill, we got Troy's Fresh Kitchen right down the road.
So business in town.
A lot of business in town,
right. Yeah, that's right. Oh, Long Blue Cat, a shout out to one of our breweries right in our town. Shane and Jason, two great guys.
Absolutely.
That's pretty exciting. I love when you see the community come together and your generations that were here, but now reaching out to the new businesses, because one thing we try to promote here in Londonderry is shop locally, stay locally, and then drawing people from all over the state and all over New England, which this farm does. I mean, it always has. So Sam, tell us how, Sam, the manager here, you're wonderful about always getting back to us and putting up with everything, But so Sam, how many years have you been with the farm now?
I've been here on and off since I was 16, so probably 14, 15 years now. I worked in Pick Your Own first, and I would just show people where to pick, cash them out, and seasonally I went away for school to New England College, and then came back for a little bit here and there. And then I left for the Peace Corps, but like Danny, he's left and come back. I always find myself coming back. And then after the Peace Corps, I came back full time to help Kelly in the store, keep the store stocked, ordering.
Isn't that pretty beautiful, though, the two of you, that your passion and your love right here, and it drew you back in.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So are there a lot of family members that work here on the farm?
Yeah.
Yes, there is. We get a whole bunch. My cousins on.
I was going to say, is there like a lot of cousins?
Yeah. We do hire a lot of cousins. Most of them are here just during the summertime because a lot of them are college students.
Yeah.
And so that's, I think, one of the more fun parts about just being on a family farm is I am working with family. I'm out in the fields, lots of laughs we have, but we do still get work done. But it's my grandmother, who is definitely in her mid-80s, comes here and she packs apples still.
You mean Gretchen?
Gretchen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She comes to the senior
She comes to our
center.
Oh yeah.
She's been a good friend of mine for many years.
Good. Oh yeah, I love her.
She is. She's a great person.
It is. It's everything is.
It's beautiful here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I noticed that there's some little goats across the street. Have you always had like a petting? Is that like a petting farm?
Yeah,
petting
we actually
zoo,
bring
or-
them in for the year. We've been getting them from J&F Farm this year. They'll bring them in, and it's just a nice attraction for the kids.
So it's not like for goat milk or
No.
it's
No,
just
nothing like that.
just for petting.
Yep.
Nobody goes off to the butcher.
Kathy, very good point.
No.
You know, even when my girls were little, you know, now 24 and 20, and this was just like after going to visit my mom over at Kendallwood Estate, and you just would stop by, and even if you had 10 minutes, you know, and they'd say, or they, as you were going by, say, "Can we stop and see the goats? Can we stop?" But it's just so peaceful and tranquil.
Yeah.
You know, it just, and it's been for how many years would you say, Danny, have the
Oh
goats
man,
been there?
that's gonna be a while because we even used to have some pigs in there
I
before
remember-
too. Yeah.
That's right. I
So we
remember
did.
that. I was thinking if I remembered that, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely near.
Uh-oh,
It's
where
gotta
did
be near
they
20
go?
years.
I was
now.
gonna
My grandfather started it.
Yeah, my grandfather did start it. He did love seeing all the little kids have a good time. It was one of his favorite things to do.
Oh, it is. And
That
then with
is-
all the
So there's,
sunflowers.
but you don't have pigs now.
No, we
No.
don't have pigs. They like to. They were a little nippy.
Oh, okay. You couldn't have those with the kids.
No. But just goats. They're a lot of fun to have around. It's good. It just brings people together. The little quarter machines, feed them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're so adorable.
Yeah,
I have to go
they are.
across the street later.
Yep, that is true.
They
That
yell at
is.
you all day long.
And now you're open now till Christmas time this year?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Is this the first year doing that?
We did it last year for the first time. Usually we close the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, but last year we stayed open Friday, Saturday, Sunday for the season, and it worked. It was nice. It was good because we have apples in stock throughout, and then we also have like all of our baked goods that are really good
Yeah.
for the holidays.
So who does all the baking?
Bonnie, our baker.
Bonnie's quite well known
Yes.
in the area. Yes, she's been highlighted in I think just about every newspaper and on TV shows. I mean, she's really
Oh, she's great.
quite gifted. The breads and the donuts and
Oh, yeah.
And she's
they're
really gone
delicious.
after the
Oh, yeah.
gluten-free.
Oh,
oh, the gluten-free market
She's really
too.
doing well.
That's true.
and you do carry gluten-free?
Mm-hmm. Gluten-free and
okay.
vegan. Not a lot, but some.
Good.
Try to do a little bit of everything.
Very good.
And
That's a
Bonnie,
good thing.
and Bonnie started off at the culinary playground, I
Yes.
believe.
Yes,
and,
she did.
In Derry, my daughter Mackenzie actually worked there with Bonnie, and I thought the world of her. You know, so she was just a phenomenal teacher on the proper way to use ingredients and measure, and it's a real art. People don't realize it. You know, baked goods like these, you just very difficult to get in your own kitchen. You know, and I think you toss in that extra bit of love that Bonnie puts into everything too.
And she does.
She really does.
She does.
She does. So it's really a family and an extended family too, I think. you know.
Absolutely.
But just tell us about some of the newer products and all. Like, I mean, because you have the donuts, the baked goods, the apples, the pumpkins, but then you also have a host of other kind of New Hampshire things too.
Yeah, we have Doug's Salsa. He's local. We also have Ben's Maples, Sugar Shack. We have them in. What else? We have a bunch of stuff. We have a few artists that have postcards, and then another. She's out of Manchester. She does little postcards and watercolor paintings. And then we have another girl who does.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Learn something new.
Now you know.
A few pottery pieces. So, yeah.
Which is a nice place too, even if you just need a little gift for someone.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
when you just don't have time to get to the mall or to head to, you know, to one of our bigger stores. So you can come in and you can find something special as a little housewarming gift or as a thank you. You know, it's a bag of apples at this time of year too is an incredible thank you gift.
And we have
or-
Amanda Cabin. She does all the pre-made baked goods. So that's always a good thing to make baskets out of for the holidays.
We just have this perfect day to be out here.
Yes, it is.
I think we're all
Lucked out,
kind of like we're sitting here, but you almost just want to take it in and you know and just
And you
enjoy
got a
it all.
great location here.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
It's
this is-
I've always loved it because, like she was saying, sometimes after a long day, you do take a walk around, you do daydream about
Yeah.
where you are, and it's lovely.
Yeah,
it is.
it
Yeah.
really.
So I noticed you've got a field of flowers over here. So does that go in and cut your own?
It's a cut your own field, and then we also have a pollination field for the bees down below. But this is just for customers if they like to go and pick fresh
Really?
cut flowers.
So now do you collect the honey?
We don't. It's just for the bees themselves,
Oh,
just
okay.
to promote the growth.
Right. Yeah. So I noticed you had tomatoes inside.
hmm
So do you grow those here as well?
We
then?
do. So most of them we grow here. We do have a woman in town, Ruth. She grows a few of the plum tomatoes for us, but we have our own greenhouse where we start all our tomatoes in.
I love the idea of the flowers.
Yeah, that's really. I
Yeah.
love that. And there's butterflies in your body. I see them.
Yeah, there's a bunch in there today.
And then just thinking about when we can come with our families to pick our own fruits and vegetables. So apples now, but do we kick it off with strawberries? Because it seems that that's the first time, like the girls will be like, okay, we got to get over here.
Yep.
6 a.m. is it or 7?
It's 7.
7. 6 they start rattling. You know,
Hey,
and
people
then-
do show up at 6:30.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we'll see from
Yes.
people, but
that
that
was
is
the
the
ferals.
first one.
That was but it is. It's so beautiful, and oh my gosh, and trying to get that just right row, and
Yeah.
oh my, and then you go from strawberries though into raspberries,
Right into blueberries and
Blueberries.
cherries. Usually blueberries and cherries line up right away, and that's my personal. I love cherries.
The cherries.
But it's a short season. Though as soon as those things are ripe, I give it 2 weeks before either the customers or me, or the birds, or the birds,
Or the
take them
birds.
away.
Or the birds. It's,
Now you do have eggs inside.
Yes, we do have eggs.
Do you have chickens here?
No, not here.
Okay.
It's we try. There's different sorts of New Hampshire laws that we do have to follow. That it's a produce farm. It's strictly a produce farm.
Okay.
Those are all fenced in. We can't have any animals kind of roaming through the rows. We can't have anything like
Okay.
that. Just for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But yes.
Very good.
We get our eggs from Merrill Farm in North
Oh,
Londonderry.
I get my eggs there too.
Yeah, they're good.
Isn't that interesting?
Mhm.
Because technically we have, am I correct on this, 4 farms, apple farms, orchards in town still,
I
right?
believe it's 3 now because
three. Mac-
Woodmont has sold their
They did,
land.
that's
So it's
right.
Elwood, Max Apples, and us.
Right, then I guess that's, and then, but is Merrill in North Londonderry or?
Yeah, oh yes, I would consider.
Near
Right,
Right
yes,
near the
yeah,
center.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, so,
It's
but
right
it's,
across
yeah, it's,
the page road, it's right across
Yeah.
the street.
it's nice that we still have
Yeah.
the 4,
Yes.
you know, the 4 main ones. And we have Apple Way, which is a map that people sometimes will come into the town hall from Massachusetts, from all over, and they just want to follow the trail, you know, between the apple orchards, which is pretty great too. Puts us on the map. You know, in another way.
Absolutely.
You're the only one with the goats, though, right? I never seen.
It's a solid question.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because Elwood.
I know Max don't have the goats. I
No.
don't know about Ellen.
I think we might be the only goat people.
Yeah.
Yeah. But people like to come and see them. It's a little something else to do.
Yeah, I hope that you keep it, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because it's really, every farm in town I think has its own characteristics
Absolutely.
or its own nuances that you want to, visit each of them. And,
It's true.
Right.
It really, again, there's just so much to do in this area too.
Oh, it
with
is.
everything.
It's nice. We all work together too. We're all really good friends between each other. We'll do business together, everything. So it's like really good to have this tight knit
Right,
community.
It really is.
Now, you're going to be open almost till Christmas. So do you do anything like have someone that makes like Christmas wreaths that you can sell and or
Yes.
bring in any Christmas trees or?
So Paula Robson lives down the road. She made our Christmas wreaths for us last year. And then we also got a few Christmas trees from Kit Plummer as well. And then, I don't know if you're going to do cut your own.
Yeah, we back in the day, my grandfather did plant a insane amount of Christmas trees. But over the years, we used to do cut your own Christmas trees.
We
Yeah.
actually used to go in the early
Yeah.
90s.
Oh, it's been yeah.
90s, and then yeah, my gosh, I remember.
Oh
that.
yeah, it's we still have some, but what we will do is we'll cut down some and we'll just put them up here during
Right.
Christmas time, so they can buy it up here already cut.
I forgot about that, Danny, because really it was the local place to go for our trees.
Absolutely.
And it was fun because if you went way up north, John would be tracking in the snow, and
Yeah.
we'd be like ordering, we want that one. But here you could just go, it was right there.
Yeah.
And then slowly they became depleted though, because so many
It
people were
did.
getting their trees.
We did get very busy within
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that was my little when I was probably 14. That was like
Oh,
my
yeah.
job to
Right,
go down
I
there and
can
just tie
imagine.
Christmas trees up for people.
Oh my, I remember one time we were coming around here with the tree up on top of the roof,
Yep.
and the girls were little, and we're going right by your farm, and next thing you know, the tree started to sway, and it was like, one of those vacations, like John yelling, the tree's swaying, and the girls are like, Mom! But thank goodness we live just down the street.
That is
and I
true.
thought for sure, I was just laughing because I thought the tree was just gonna, but it's those memories. But it was the most perfect tree too.
Awesome.
And the best memories because it was right here.
Yeah, it makes it fun.
It was great memories. You have to really, when you think of your family and your role as the manager, Sam, you have to think of all the lives and people and memories that you've created right here. Every day is so important because it's for people that have all kinds of tragedies in their life too. They can come here and take a breath, be happy. They don't have to spend money if they don't want to, really.
Oh, absolutely.
You can, just bring your children over there. Walk around, look at the flower. We used to take pictures
Oh,
in your
absolutely.
pumpkin patch when it was over there.
Yeah.
I mean, now if I had little ones, I'd come and snap pictures. Actually, I guess the three of us could go over and snap. The flowers will help us with the wrinkle.
You're
We
talking
should
about
do
us
that.
sitting down behind the flowers.
Yes, there you go. Yep.
Yeah.
People come do high school photos in there.
Yeah, we do get a lot of senior photos on the farm.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
yeah, that's nice. I didn't even think about something like that.
Oh,
Oh yeah, we allow it. Yeah, people walk around, they walk their dogs, all sorts of things.
Even like Christmas cards, they'll go down in the Christmas trees. Yeah.
Gosh, boy. Yeah, it's
So then that could lead to something else, like maybe a wedding area for people to come and take pictures.
We actually had our first wedding this year on the land.
really?
Yep. Yeah, my aunt actually got married here, and it was a beautiful wedding. It was the first one, but don't get me wrong. I think it still went well. Yeah.
that great though.
Oh, it was. Yeah, it was beautiful.
Right. And where was it held? Like over here or down in
It was over there, more towards the strawberries. It's more flatter field over there, but it was beautiful.
See, those are great memories to have. And,
Really was.
And you guys, since you were very young, you've done it, and I'm sure when you have your children, they'll be following along.
It's true.
Yeah.
They may not have a choice.
Or as Sam mentioned too, the idea of not only your family, but think of all the students that you've employed locally
Yes,
from
we
our high
have.
school, from Pinkerton, from around the area that have jobs and look forward to being able to be out in the stand, at 7 in the morning.
Yeah, it's a perfect job.
Oh, it really, and they come back during college. And,
They do. And they
it's,
do. We've definitely had some very good hires we've had.
Yeah, right. Which
Sam.
is wonderful. Oh my goodness, but yeah, anything else that we should, it's
I think I've asked most of the questions.
I know, part of me kind of wanted to even go into the back a little, like with the apple cider and all, because do you make your own apple cider?
Yes, we
Yeah,
do.
You do, because that's a whole process.
Yeah, we've done that
too.
for a long time. Yeah, and we have the whole press, everything that we need to do in the back. It's from our own apples, and it's
And the flavor.
It's good.
it's a mixture of different kinds of apples. That's how you get that taste.
That taste.
And every week it changes because we add different varieties.
So it's always I always wondered about that because it seems slightly different, as
It does as time goes on.
Oh.
In the beginning, it's a little bit more tart. Those are the
Yes,
early variety
absolutely.
apples, and then as it goes on, the Honeycrisp can come in, some of the Gala, and that makes it more sweet.
And then if you warm it up, oh my gosh.
yeah.
Oh. With the cinnamon
And if you
stick.
add,
And then have a donut with it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
you have to have the donut with it.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's very true.
I'll have to make sure I grab some apple cider.
that's I
After
know.
we're
Yes,
done.
please. Just made it a couple days ago.
Oh.
That's wonderful.
I'll bring
Boy.
some home, yeah.
So anything else that we should touch on?
Okay, let's get back to the animals. Do you think you're going to add anything else? Like maybe do they have llamas at some places? Anything like that?
I have considered llamas. And I have gone, but then I went to another place and we were looking at them just to bring in more how we can get something different. You know what I mean? How other people can come. The llama spit in my face, so I didn't want to go.
Danny,
Well, they
I
are
was going
known
to
for
say,
that, right?
Yeah.
They do.
we were at a farm over in Litchfield when Meredith was little, and she was on my shoulder, and my dad kept the llama was there, and my dad kept saying, "Back up, Sherry, get closer to take the picture of the llama." So I did, all happy with my little one, and didn't the darn llama? It bit me on the shoulder, not
There.
but and then I,
They're
one of the-
aggressive.
But I was pretty taken back by that.
was.
What's the other alpacas?
Oh
Aren't
yeah.
they
Yeah.
like the same family,
I
or
believe so. I think they are.
but aren't they supposed to be a
Calmer?
more, calmer, more gentle
I don't know.
than llamas? Like
We'll
that
have to find out.
that they don't spit at you. It could be something to bring in.
Kathy will be like, Sherry, back up so I can get a picture.
Like, Sherry, put your arm around it.
Now you guys are open 7 days a week?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Well, good question, Bonnie, right.
And when do you open for?
The season?
Yes.
Usually June 1st.
Okay.
Yeah,
good
that's when the
question.
farm store will open up, and usually around mid-June, Pick Your Own Strawberries is the first one to start for any
Okay.
kind of pick your own operation.
So the strawberries are first. And
Yeah.
Then you go to the blueberries.
Then we go to blueberries,
And then the
cherries, the
cherries,
peaches, the
raspberries,
apricots, the
peaches.
nectarines.
Love the peaches.
Oh yeah, it's everything this year was a beautiful crop, and we have plenty of apples.
Yes.
Too much, actually,
Yeah.
I can actually say.
Oh, wonderful.
We do, which is a good thing. It's not
It
a bad
is.
thing to
It's
be
a
upset
good thing
about.
to happen. That's right.
Yeah.
So, when you were talking too about the laws that govern what you do here,
Yep.
because we deal with election laws, and,
Yes.
and the laws that manage our roads, and all, but we don't think about that the farm laws that pertain. We deal with the tractor, licensing tractors and things like that, but you don't think of all the other about the animals and what you can have, and
It's a different
Yeah.
world sometimes when people talk about farms.
Yeah, that's because we really don't understand what everyone has to go through, in the world that they're working in. But that's a very good point. And different laws at the house that affect what you do,
Absolutely.
all the time. But,
So you're designated as just a produce farm.
Yes.
So you have to get your eggs elsewhere.
Yeah, we get our eggs elsewhere,
So-
and it's just
Do they? I'm sorry.
No.
I was gonna say. So do they have where you? Can you designate yourself as both if you wanted to have chickens? To have.
you could do that, and what you would have to do is it has to be a controlled area for these animals. You can't have them coming anywhere near the produce.
Right.
So it would have to be separate from the farm, caged in. If they want to be free-roam chickens, you can have a field, but it would have to be fenced in,
Right.
away from the produce. You don't want any animals getting towards any of the
Yeah.
produce. You want the freshest.
Right.
Yeah.
oh, is that interesting?
I
Wouldn't
was
have
just
thought of
thinking,
Yeah, that is
Like, do you have to get a special permit to? Now we want to add.
I'm sure there's always a permit these days.
That's true. There really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For everything. Now, how many goats do you have over there? Do you know?
What do we got?
5.
We got 5.
Did they have names or?
Yeah, Billy, Ray, and Cyrus. And then, I didn't know about the other 2 because I thought that one was hilarious. And then,
Miley.
yeah, you should have named that. Was good. But then I named the other one Paul and George.
For the Beatles.
Exactly.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
There you go. My goodness.
Yeah, John's not with us anymore.
Oh, that's great. I asked. I wasn't thinking.
Yeah.
About that. I didn't expect that. That's pretty great, boy. And how about the building itself? Because this building is just a character of
Yep.
Londonderry too. But so, in the 40s also, did it start like right in the very beginning, or when did the building
Actually,
form?
this has probably been one of the originals. I'm sure when the farm first started, it was all wholesale. We never had pick your own. So back in the 40s and 50s and 60s, there was no pick your own. It was a wholesale farm. And the amount of, we actually had more land. It was completely wholesale. We filled trucks and they would, go down the road. And as years went on, I think it was my Uncle John and my grandfather that eventually changed it to pick your own. Customers started coming. They built the whole farm store. Yeah, and it's cool. And then we got, Johnny Appleseed here.
So tell us about Johnny Appleseed. I mean, not historically, but
Yeah,
who painted that?
Because my cousin's here.
Someone named
Or
Kate.
was it? Oh,
There's a name Kate on the bottom.
Apparently somebody named Kate painted it.
Probably a cousin.
Yeah, probably family. If I had to take a wild.
I'm an only child, so this is a whole different world for me.
Oh
of
yeah,
all the-
families everywhere in town.
It's wonderful. It's boy, but Kate. So I mean, she did a phenomenal job. and
It's
probably
been here.
there since-
Oh, I gotta say, I've seen this thing 15 years now.
Isn't
Yeah, it's been
that
up there.
Something, boy.
Oh yeah. But
Isn't that great?
it's definitely, we're trying to make it a welcoming area. We got the flowers out here. We got the pumpkins and everything. And my mom definitely had a big thing to do with that though. When I was younger, this place was still welcoming. Don't get me wrong, but she brought in that woman's touch to like completely make everything look beautiful, welcoming, and everything like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, your mom and dad too, and I mean anything that the community needs. Like they're wonderful. They listen, they help, and they're also, I mean, that those people behind the scenes that do so much, but behind the scenes, you know, you don't always know what people do to support and help the community
Oh, absolutely.
constantly. And your mom and dad have always been that way, which is nice, you know. And it's I'm sure that was passed down from your grandparents, and you know, it's
Absolutely.
but we're fortunate in town that they do that. It means a lot, you know. But yeah, it's all about the community when you come right down
really
to it,
is.
you know. So it's
Try to be
it's
friendly
great.
with everybody.
Yeah, which is really
Yeah, and it
nice.
is. It's nice. I mean, as you get older, you see people that you went to school with or whatever
Mhm.
coming in through with their kids and whatever.
That's the shocking part. I see some friends, and then all of a sudden they get like these 2 rugrats, and I'm like, what are those?
Yeah, no, that's true.
But it's beautiful. It is really nice. Some of these people that even when I was younger, they still come to the farm. They remember me when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
So
And it's nice to see the families grow because Alex and Andrew and Anna,
Yep.
they would come picking when they were kids, and now they work for us. So it's kind of nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that is.
family. Yeah, and that idea of warmth too. You know, it's
It is.
inviting. And we were watching a show last night, and it was talking about just the atmosphere of the place was warm. And I thought how powerful that is, because that's what we look for in our town hall, in the senior center. Here is that everyone's invited, everyone's welcome. You know, so.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's a good note for us to end on, actually.
Okay,
That,
sounds good.
we cannot thank you both
Yes.
enough.
Yeah,
After a
absolutely.
long day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
So,
Thanks.
and thank you to this beautiful farm, Sunnycrest, for being with us all this time. And we look to the future to wonder what animals and what new produce.
There might be alpacas next time.
I'll be wearing shoulder pads, but protection, but nonetheless. And we really do thank you and your family and Sam and your
Of course.
management on making this all possible, because it's you know,
Yes,
the town of
definitely.
Londonderry and Derry and Wyndham, they'll
Anytime.
appreciate
Let's
this.
come here to do this.
Yeah, so
And thank
Very
you to
nice.
Erin and Drew
Yes.
for coming
always.
out.
poor Drew's been holding that speaker, I think, for half an hour. I don't know how he does it. But we're going to say goodnight, and we thank you, and we'll see you next time.